Louisiana's favorite breakfast. Found at all small groceries and even gas stations across the state. Today we're making Boudin. Alright, so I got 6 pounds of cubed up Boston butt. So I took most of the fat off of this. Cubed it up pretty small. I'm not gonna grind this up. I want that meat to just kind of break up. So I do want to add some fat in. So I kept the fat cap hole off of the Boston butt. And I boil it down, it's gonna get into that liquid. For some extra flavor, I also kept those bones. That's just gonna stew in that pot and it's gonna give all that flavor to that broth. We'll go ahead and season this up. I'm using that Boudreaux a little bit better Creole seasoning. You already know. I'm gonna hit this pretty heavy. Now I'll just place it in the fridge overnight. That seasoning is gonna help to start curing that meat. Let's go ahead and get started cooking. I got the 6 pounds of cubed pork that we let cure overnight. Add that to the pot with those bones and that fat. I got 1 pound of pork liver. Yes, liver goes in Boudin. You could do it without it, but it ain't gonna taste the same. Went with a whole bunch of garlic. Now I got some Trinity, that's onions, bell pepper, and celery. I also got the bottoms to the green onions. I'm gonna add in some black pepper. A little bit more of that Creole seasoning. Now we're just gonna cover this up with chicken stock. We'll put that fire on. That's something good in the making right there. Now we're gonna go ahead and let this cook down. It's gonna take a couple hours, but we wanna get all that pork nice and tender. I'm gonna head inside, cook some rice. You know you're doing something right because you're gonna smell that neighborhood up something good. So when that meat's falling apart, that's when we know we're good. All right, we got that pork all cooked down. Let's go ahead and pull them bones out. And that fat cap. I'm gonna just put that over some rice and eat it. Now I got my bowl. I want to go ahead and just strain that meat out and separate the liquid. Now we want to go ahead and reserve this liquid. And you're going to see we're going to end up with a nice little layer of that liquefied fat. It's going to be super important in a little while. So now while that's hot, I want to get in some parsley and green onions. I'm not going to be grinding this up. I want that meat kind of chunky. That's why I small diced it. I'll take a potato masher and just shred that meat up. I'm just going through making sure if I find any chunks of liver, I can smash those up. Make sure my meat is all uniform. I cooked 8 cups of rice, but I'm going to just add it in slow till I get that consistency I like. I want to look for a lot more meat than there is rice. You can make it however you like. Now you want to go ahead right here, taste it for seasonings. It ain't quite as spicy as I like, so I'm going to add some in. We're going to add back in the liquid as we need it. The reason I wanted that fat to separate, that goes back in first. You want all of that. Almost there. Now we'll go ahead and set up to stuff it. All right, go ahead and fill up that stuffer. Get you some Hall casing. Make sure you clean it up good. Here we go. All right, now we got the Boudin in the casing. Let's go ahead and make our links. You can steam it or grill it up, eat it like this. We're about to smoke some. So let's go ahead and fire up that Pits and Spits Maverick 1250. Today we're going to be utilizing that offset smoke box. I'm going to be using that smoke box to get that extra smoke. Now I have the pit set pretty high, but that offset smoke box is only going to be about 225 to 250. I got some extra oak and pecan chunks that's going to really help pack that smoke into there. Hang up the boudin on these little meat hooks, and we're going to let that go for about 4 hours. And no worries if you don't have this offset box, just place them on the regular grates. You can't beat that. Fresh off the smoke of boudin, that's what all Louisiana dreams are made of. As always, I'll have this recipe posted on my website, and make sure you follow if you want to see what else me and Pits and Spits come up with.